let's see. Benson is coming to daytime. No. At last it's Benson in the morning. Nah.
It's a great day when Benson and the governor's lovable team join your weekday mornings.
That sounds good to me.
And on the edge of night,
I'm looking for Sky.
Raven meets her match.
Must we be so unpleasant? Alicia, must you be after my husband?
In Alicia. Benson, the edge of night. Weekdays.
We're live from Walt Disney World tomorrow at 9.
Well, Mike, how's Monticello's favorite candidate for DA?
I'm fine, and I hope you're right.
Of course I'm right. Things are heating up. And I don't mind telling you, that's exactly the way I like them.
You're like a fire horse, Geraldine. The minute you hear a political bell go off, you're in harness and ready to gallop.
Well, I've been galloping around this morning, making last-minute arrangements for the fundraiser.
Can I do anything?
No. The announcements are out. The media have been informed. The ballroom of the Monticello Arms has been booked, and already the caterers are cooking up a storm. I've even ordered a new gown.
I'm looking forward to the fundraiser, but I wonder if it isn't a little too late. The election is exactly 1 month away.
But, Mike, there's already been a slight increase in the polls.
Despite that, the odds against me still seem insurmountable.
Excuse me, Mr. Vendii.
Report.
We've now begun to use the information the system has provided us, quite effectively, I might add.
How effectively?
We're preparing to attack what remains of the Monticello power structure from several sides at once, using anonymous phone calls, blackmail, coercion.
Music to my ears.
The squeeze is on. Within the month, nothing will move within Monticello without our permission.
Squeeze harder.
Yes, sir.
I'm ready to expand beyond the city to the rest of the state.
I can't take this anymore. I am sick and tired of trying to figure out what Alicia Vendii and her stupid brother are up to. Why can't we just go ask them?
Raven, I wish it were that simple.
Look, I can understand why she's all upset because you beat her in some big business deal, but I mean murders and the attempted takeover of WMON?
Yeah, I know, and Stan Hathaway's dying words, they own this town. It's also a little bizarre for simple revenge.
Whitney and Whitney Consultants. Yeah. Hello, could you speak up? I can't hear you. This is a bad connection. Senor Perez from Mexico?
Yeah, I'll take it.
One.
Hello? Yes, this is Sky Whitney, Mr. Perez. You have? Yes, I thank you very much, Mr. Perez. I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. Thank you. Bye.
Who's Mr. Perez?
I'll tell you. He's a guy I met when I was down in Mexico. He's a private investigator. I left him my last couple of pesos. I never thought I'd hear from him again, but guess what?
What?
He found Spencer.
What?
Yeah. Spencer came across the border at a place called Calixico with a bunch of illegal immigrants. Spencer is back in the United States.
Edge of Night is brought to you by Puritan Oil. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win. And by new Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener. Now with more fabric softener freshness.
A few years ago, I was building my kids a backyard sandbox. Today, I'm heading the committee to build our neighborhood playground. Now that's a change for the better. Back then, I had to buy separate detergents and fabric softeners to clean and soften my laundry. Today, Bold 3 detergent plus fabric softener is all I buy. Now that's better. Oh, I had my doubts one product could clean, soften, and control static cling. Not anymore. As long as Bold 3 cleans like this, let them have fun. But I know, can it really soften? No doubt about it. And I'm not easy to please. It's got just the right amount of freshness, too. And let me tell you, static clings, under control. All that from one product.
A change for the better. Bold 3.
Numbers, on occasion, speak louder than words. Now, these figures dramatize the results of a university study in which serum cholesterol was reduced, an average of 9.6% in 3 weeks. 43 families took part. They cut down on cholesterol and saturated fats, and they ate more fish, chicken, and vegetables. For cooking, they all used Puritan because it's low in saturated fats with no cholesterol. Your assignment is to try it. Puritan knows you're fighting serum cholesterol. Puritan wants you to win.
Begin concentrating on the police, Donald. They've uncovered the fact that Alicia owns both Uninet and ISIS.
I know, that could get tricky.
I don't want them looking any further. Start with Chief Mallory. Find a way to use his anger against Detective Egan and Dr. Kavanaugh. That should be easy. And then go to work on the rest of his department.
Yes, sir.
We'll also have to deal in some way with Geraldine Saxon and Mike Carr. Despite our attempts to ruin them both, they're still functioning at high speed. I want them stopped.
Yes, Mr. Vendii. What about these people who are showing an unhealthy interest in the ISIS building, like Schuyler and Ray Whitney?
Powerless.
Cliff Nelson?
Running scared, hiding at his girlfriend's.
And Dr. Carell?
As far from the truth as ever. Oh, Alicia.
Louis, I want a word with you. Alone.
Geraldine, I hate to keep belaboring the subject, but time is so short.
What subject?
We're still without a campaign manager.
Oh, yes, I have that on my notes here for discussion. Now, I've jotted down several names. William Young. You may remember that he worked on my son's senatorial campaign a dozen years ago. He is very bright, has plenty of drive.
Too abrasive.
Ah. Well, then how about Norman Sloan? He's now doing a lot of legal work for minority groups.
No, I don't think so.
You're very hard to please. Jim Powell, how about him? Now, he's an extremely competent...
Sorry, my campaign manager has to be someone special. So I've already picked one.
Without consulting me? Really, Mike, I do think you could have checked with me and gotten my approval.
There wasn't time, really, and I wanted the best.
Well, all right. Who is it?
Geraldine Saxon.
You have to be joking.
Not at all. Up to now, you've been handling all the duties of a campaign manager anyway, and doing a first-rate job. So, let's make it official.
My dear Michael, may I remind you that I have a television station to run?
If you had 10 stations to run, you'd still be able to handle it. How about it?
I accept. Now, where were we?
Have you had a chance to question Jody Travis yet?
Yes. Robbie Hamlin does have an alibi for the night his bartender, Michael Stearns, was stabbed to death.
What alibi?
He was with Jody.
All night?
No, but during the hours that the ME says Stern was stabbed to death. Derek, don't you think we should continue the undercover operation with Preacher?
Yes, I do, but how is Preacher going to get close to Hamlin, considering their recent hostilities?
Well, I don't know, but so far he's been very inventive.
You know, I've been thinking about Preacher's own arrest record from the old days with his father. At the right time and whispered in the right ear, that information may help him gain a little more popularity with Hamlin.
Right, it could.
Was there something else?
I understand you're seeing Davey Oakes today.
That's right. And if I agree with Dr. Correll's assessment, then I will recommend bail.
Thank you.
Your thanks aren't necessary. There'll be nothing at all personal involved in my decision. Now, that will be all, Detective.
Yes, sir.
The committee to re-elect Mike Carr cordially invites you and your guests to attend.
Now, this guy says that Spencer is working as a farm laborer someplace in the Imperial Valley. It's a big area where they grow a lot of crops and things like that. Yeah, here it is.
It's right on the Mexican border.
Yeah. And here is Calixico right there. That's where he came across the border with those illegal immigrants.
The Imperial Valley is humongous.
Yeah, I know, but he's there someplace working as a farm laborer, too.
Serves him right.
Yeah, but look at the guy's persistence, though. He started off in South America, in Venezuela, and then he comes up through South America into Mexico, and then he ends up in California.
He seems to be wandering around at random, even though he knows that he's under arrest.
No. He's not doing this at random. He's got a plan. What?
Fine.
Come in. It's been months. When did we see each other last?
Oh, at a party at Miles and Nicole?
That's right, I remember. Sit down, sit down.
It's very nice of you to see Davey. I understand something of the trouble between you and Miles.
Well, let's not go into that now, please. We are here simply to determine whether or not a prisoner should be released on bail.
Davey can be, Derek. I know, considering what he's done, it's hard to believe, but Davey is a very different young man right now.
We will see. We will see. Davey, come in. It'll be all right, Sweeney. Wait outside.
Yes, sir.
It's all right, Davey. Davey, this is Chief Mallory.
Hi. How are you? Well, the question is, Davey, how are you?
Hello, Jean. Sorry to call so late, but I'm worried about Mike. I don't like the sound of his cough. It's very congested. Formula 44D? Thanks.
Take strength from this. Vicks Formula 44D is now twice as strong to loosen worrisome chest congestion. It also quiets coughing and helps drain nasal congestion. And it's the only leading formula that can do all that.
See, honey, nothing to worry about.
Vicks Formula 44D, made stronger to take the worry out of congested coughs.
Hey, I just mowed 4,000 lawns. I don't have a sandwich appetite. I've got a manwich appetite. Yeah!
The winning team doesn't have a sandwich appetite. They've got a manwich appetite.
No skinny little sandwich makes as much of a meal as manwich. Your ground beef plus Hunt's manwich sauce, thick with tomatoes, onions, peppers.
Honey, I don't have a sandwich appetite. I've got a manwich appetite.
A sandwich is a sandwich, but a manwich is a meal.
I don't feel that I have any hatred of Mike Carr at all.
Why did you hate him before?
Well, that's kind of strange. I can't remember. It was all so clear to me then, but it's just gone.
Amnesia?
No. It's as if an impression was made on his mind from an outside source. With time, away from whatever made that impression, it faded.
Davey, have you been reading the paper since you've been here?
Sometimes.
What do you think of the upcoming election?
I really don't know much about it. I read the comics, only I like the pictures.
You know that it was wrong to attack my car?
Yes, I do. That's why I can't figure out why I did it.
And you know that it was wrong to escape from jail, too?
Yes.
Even if I recommend bail, you know you're going to have to stand trial as an adult.
Yes, sir.
But to go through that ordeal, he should be in his own home with his parents.
Supposing I told you that I wanted you to stay away from the video disco and not to see Robbie Hanlon, what would you say?
I wouldn't go there. I don't know why I've spent so much time there. You know, there are a lot of things that I've done in the past couple of months that don't make much sense to me. I do know that as soon as, if I go home, the first thing I'll do is take all those freaky pictures of eyes off my bedroom wall. I must have been really out of it to put them up there.
Sweeney, thank you very much for talking to me, Davey.
Chief Mallory.
I will recommend bail.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank
Come
you.
here.
Thank you. Thank you again. Thanks a lot.
Thanks from me, too.
You will see him every day?
I will. Until I can find out what really happened to him, I'm still not sure.
All right. guys. Well, it was nice to see you again.
You too.
Beth, wait a second. There's something I'd like to ask you.
I warned you, Louis, but you didn't listen to me. Have you ever listened to me?
Wait a minute, Alicia. I've done something you could never do. I've defeated Sky Whitney.
You? Oh. Ah, very clever little brother. And what else have you been up to?
I don't know what you mean.
Alf Mayhew was a pompous fool, but he was not a murderer. Now, it would interest me to know why he would go to such lengths to acquire a second-rate television station.
He wanted to damage my position with the Ultimax group.
And why, in heaven's name, would he do that?
Mayhew knew I was his only competition for your #2 spot.
Then Mayhew was a bigger fool than I thought. You will never be in that position, Louis, not while I'm alive.
But I defeated Sky Whitney.
By helping to steal his money? That's not the kind of battle I want to win. Furthermore, Sky certainly doesn't act like he's been defeated. Even dead broke, he's fighting back.
Not for long.
Don't talk to yourself, Louis. Look at me. What is going on in this building?
What do you mean?
This wave of illnesses among the tenants. An attorney who was hospitalized for acute paranoia. I tried to find something out from Dr. Kavanaugh, but I learned nothing of any use.
How's your high blood pressure?
Under control. Thanks for your concern.
You're the only family I have. Of course I'm concerned.
Talk to me, Louis.
I've heard about the illnesses. I've asked Donald Hex to look into the matter at once. But if you're worried about insurance, Alicia, believe me, there's no way we can be at fault.
There'd better not be.
Please, Alicia.
You are not being entirely truthful with me, Louis. Even as children, I could tell instantly when you were lying. And I am not going to leave Monticello until I find out exactly what you're up to.
What's wrong? Come on, tell me, what's the matter?
It's Robbie.
What about it?
He's trying to get me to move in with him, and I don't want to.
Then it's very simple, isn't it? You don't have to.
Miles, I didn't want to quit my job in the play. I did. I didn't want to break up with Preacher, and I did. I hate the taste of scotch. One word from Robbie, and I drink it.
Jody,
and I'm afraid if Robbie wants me to move in with him, there's nothing I'm going to be able to do to stop him.
Chewy, gooey, making chewy, gooey cookies, making homemade fun with Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
If you love hot out of the oven homemade cookies, you're gonna love making chewy, gooey cookies with Duncan Hines Cookie Mix. Fun baking cookies that are chewy, gooey, homemade good.
Oh, we love to mix them, love to bake them, love to eat them. Duncan Hines is chewy, gooey, homemade good.
Duncan Hines Cookie Mix.
Chewy, gooey.
Homemade good.
Mrs. Burphy's never tried Charmin. Watch me get her.
What's this?
The Clark slip and the Charmin. Haven't you ever tried it?
No. Is it soft?
Squeeze it.
It is soft.
And?
And cushiony.
And?
And squeezable.
Gotcha. See? Just squeeze the Charmin and I got you.
Charmin. The squeezing gets you. The softness keeps you.
Now, America's favorite soap, Ivory, has added something new. What is it? A pump. Introducing new Liquid Ivory Soap. The liquid soap with Ivory's pure, natural kind of clean.
Liquid Ivory cleans gently, naturally, without a lot of extra ingredients. Oh, I've tried other liquids, but most aren't really soap. They're detergent. Ivory's a basic natural soap, and we like that.
New Liquid Ivory Soap. When it comes to clean, it's a natural.
Oh,
hello, darling.
I have had a wonderful day.
You look it?
Oh,
really. Well, I've been over at Wilton Publishing discussing the ad campaign for Sort of Love, and they've set up an appointment for me with a PR firm to discuss the marketing of book and author.
What's the name of the PR firm?
Image Inc.
That sounds familiar.
Oh?
Yeah. Yes, here it is. Image Inc. is owned by the Ultimax Group and Alicia Vendii.
The Alicia Vendii, my goodness. I've heard her name. Who hasn't? And she must be one of the wealthiest women in the country. But why does her ownership of the company upset you?
She's under investigation right now. This is all very confidential, of course, but she may have been behind the attempted takeover of WMON.
Oh. Oh, I see. Well, then, I can't have representation by Image Inc. I'll just have to refuse to do business with them.
But can you refuse? If you do, would Wilton still want to publish your book?
Well, hello.
Hello, Sky.
What are you doing here, Alicia? Slumming?
I want to talk to you, Sky.
About what?
Louis explained why you have a video dating service in my building.
The answer is very simple, to make money.
No, he says you're trying to make money back that you think I stole from you. Now, really, why would you think such a thing of me?
Easy. I remember the automotive firm you put out of business in Sweden because they wouldn't deal with you. I remember that fascist regime in Central Africa that you supported to get the exclusive mineral rights.
I saw no reason to let all that zinc and copper go to waste.
Alicia, you didn't have a compassionate bone in your body, do you?
Oh, how can you say that to me? I still care about you. Miles? Miles?
Oh, I didn't even hear you come in. Hi. How are you?
What were you wrestling with?
Oh, just so worried about Jody. I feel absolutely powerless to fight off Hamlin's influence over her. The hold he has on her is so strong.
Now listen, we're doing everything we can to try and find out what makes him tick. It takes a little time,
I know.
that's all.
I know the preacher is even working for you. Frankly, that's my one real hope.
Well, you can't stay here and brood by yourself.
You want to brood with me?
Matthew's spending the night with Nellie. Why don't you come stay with me?
Sounds like a fine idea. Come on. Just a few months ago, I really felt like this was a home. Now,
Sky, I do think you're being overly harsh, don't you?
No, as a matter of fact, I don't.
No, you seem very different from the Sky I remember.
Mm-hmm.
So unrelenting.
Yeah, you may say that, too.
Isn't there anything that I could say to make you believe me when I tell you I had nothing to do with your ruin?
No, there isn't, Alicia. As a matter of fact, I know that that's not the only thing that you're behind.
Oh, very interesting. What else, for example?
We asked Mary Lonsdale if she thought her denture cleanser could clean away cherry stain.
Probably could.
What about a stain of cherry and coffee?
Perhaps.
Or a triple stain of cherry, coffee, and even tough tobacco?
I don't think so.
Then watch Extra Strength Efferdent work on a triple stain of cherry, coffee, and even tough tobacco with Efferdent's powerful Blue Action formula.
It's clean everywhere. Between the teeth. I'm going to switch to Efferdent.
Extra Strength Efferdent removes even stubborn stains between teeth.
There's big news in the big city, right, Jay? It's sweeping the country, too.
Newsflash. Huggies types now have refastenable tapes.
That's right, Judy. Now Kleenex Huggies are better than ever because they have brand new tapes that can be fastened and refastened to check for wetness and to get a perfect fit. Now, form-fitting Huggies have refastenable tapes, so they're even better than ever. And that's got the whole town talking. Right, folks?
Great day in the morning, in the afternoon. loving.
I don't deserve you at all, you know.
Merrill, torn between love and the truth.
Roger will never ask Anne for a divorce.
Loving, weekday mornings.
Alicia, you'll have to excuse us now. Raven, Geraldine wants us to help set up with my car's fundraiser.
Make my apologies, will you?
Why?
I'd like to have a little word with Alicia alone.
I don't know if that'd be a good idea.
Oh, we'll be just fine, won't we, dear?
I'm looking forward to it.
Have fun.
Sir, what's wrong with you? Please, let me
Get out!
Just get out.
So, Alicia, why did you come see us today?
Oh, your video dating service office was closed, so I thought I'd check this office.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but we can't possibly take any more elderly clients right now.
Oh, good to see you too, Raven.
Was there something you wanted besides my husband?
Do you think that you could stop me if I did?
Darling, with Raven around, you don't stand a prayer.
Oh, Raven. Does Sky really think that I stole his diamonds and then publicly humiliated him by feeding the story to my pet newscaster?
Look, your little brother might do the legwork, but you're behind it.
I would have to hate Sky very much to go to all that trouble.
I think love is the word you're looking for. You want him. And, darling, don't you think that a woman of your maturity should have a lot more control over her glands? Your cheeks get so pink when he looks at you.
Oh, my God. You're frightened, aren't you?
That's a laugh.
Of course, that's it. If you were as sure of him as you'd like me to believe, you could just sit back and smile your Cheshire Cat smile and let me make a fool of myself.
Hey, you don't need me to make a fool of yourself. You're doing a real good job right now.
Oh, no, Raven. I see you for what you really are. A scared little housefrau. So frightened about your man and yourself that you attack first and ask questions later.
Skylar will laugh right in your face, so you might as well pack your bags and move right back to Chicago and take your money to bed with you, because that's all you're going to get.
Oh, retreat, huh?
Totally.
Not a chance, dear. This is war.
Price introduces Constructs, the new action building system. The pieces lock together easily for hours of fun. With Constructs, your child can build a crane that turns and lifts. He can build a helicopter that flies, a forklift that lifts, a race car that races, even a dinosaur that bites. Constructs, the action building system, new from Fisher-Price.
You live in a world where one long-distance service has made reaching out to faraway places commonplace. You've got AT&T Long Distance, connecting your phone with any phone, anywhere. Where we route your long-distance calls in seconds, where 44,000 operators are ready to help you. It's nothing short of miraculous.
Hi, Mom.
We're AT&T. We're what you call long distance.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow on Good Morning America, First Lady Nancy Reagan joins us for a special program on drug abuse and drug prevention. We'll talk with students and parents and hear about drugs and sports and at work on Good Morning America.
Starting tonight at 8, 7 Central, and continuing all week long, ABC Sports brings you live, exclusive coverage of the sporting world's premier event as Philadelphia battles Baltimore for the right to be called world champion in the 1983 World Series.
Tonight, a World Series preview. Dick Schaap looks at the Philly Wheeze Kids, a bunch of veterans who just get better with age. And Ray Gandolf covers the Baltimore Orioles, the powerful birds that attack from all directions. Watch ABC's World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Tonight.
In a moment on Eyewitness Extra, an emergency airlift stands by waiting to help a little boy in New York City who needs 2 transplants. We'll have that story. We're going to show you what New York's firemen could be using to save your life in a high-rise fire.
Also coming up today, we'll tell you why consumers in Israel are in a state of panic.
We'll also have our own consumer reporter with details on how to get a good used car. And today we're going to show you pumpkins from around the world trying for the title of World's Biggest.
Morning, and so was I. I'm Maxine Black. I talked to Nancy Reagan about her stint as co-host on Good Morning America.
And Sandra Day O'Connor gives the New York Times a lesson on the Supreme Court. Details coming up today at 4:30.
Get that flawless feeling with Lepora brand simulated diamond jewelry. All at 50% off. Now through Sunday at Macy's Fine Jewelry.
Strength Sinutab with maximum decongestant to let you breathe again. Maximum antihistamine to dry up runny nose, watery eyes. Maximum non-aspirin pain reliever for throbbing headache. New maximum strength Sinutab.
Nabia's daughter on T.J. Hooker. Then Gopher's a prisoner of love, held hostage by a seductive woman captain on the Love Boat. After a husband and wife switch bodies to save a marriage, and a lady of the night seeks true love on Fantasy Island. Scotty receives a tempting offer. Watch General Hospital next. Now stay tuned for FYI with Hal Linden and learn how to detect hidden infections in your child.
If your child keeps pulling at his ear and you're assuming it's just a habit and are ignoring it, don't. It may be a sign of infection. Surprisingly, many signs of hidden infection are too often dismissed as bad habits or allergies. Hives can be a sign of strep throat. In fact, in a recent study, half the kids with hives actually had a hidden infection. So if your child shows symptoms of ear pulling, hives, a stuffy nose, a cough that lingers, or bedwetting, take him for a thorough physical. With treatment, that so-called condition or habit may soon disappear.
Sunday, the judge has a new look.
You rang, sir.
Hardcastle and McCormick. Then, Stallone. Billy D. Williams. Night Hawks. Parental discretion advised. Sunday, starting at 8.
I think my husband's in love.
I sure am. With your coffee. Any more?
My husband having seconds, that's a first. What coffee is it?
It's U-Ban.
That afternoon, I realized Ron never wanted seconds because our coffee wasn't U-Ban.
U-Ban ground coffee, 100% Colombian beans, hand-picked for richness, so your coffee machine always brews rich coffee.
Another cup?
Show, partner.
U-Ban, richness worth a second cup.
Hello? Mom, surprise, it's Dave.
Dave?
Your son. Oh, I'm sorry I woke you, but the long-distance rates are cheapest after 11 p.m. Mom? Put Dad on, Mom. Dad? Dad?
To save 5 to 50% on long distance before as well as after 11 p.m., call MCI and never reach out and wake someone again.
Thursday.
Don't fire. Multiple injuries.
Trapped in a blazing inferno.
David, get up there!
And Trauma Center is the only hope.
6! Don't give up now!
Then,
Hello, baby.
Mr. Hart needs a shoulder to cry on.
He doesn't know you have shoulders.
On 9 to 5, and it's not easy.
This is just family.
When Sharon's grandmother comes to visit.
When he finds out we're divorced, it'll kill her.
Cause of death, Jack.
Thursday, starting at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
Stephanie Powers.
I want to talk to you about London fog, because I believe in it. This is a London fog raincoat. It's weathered 190 downpours, traveled over 70,000 miles, been washed 17 times, and still looks fabulous. Isn't that amazing? This is a new London fog jacket. Like the raincoat, it will do something almost unheard of today. It will last and look great doing it.
Available at Buffum's.